for playing a whole host of fairly unhinged characters that would be outside of a lot of people's comfort zones. But I think Nemo even takes that a little bit further than a lot of stuff you've done so far. What was the most challenging or exciting part of taking a role that relies so heavily on your own performance?
I don't think of in terms of challenges because it was a pleasure to do.
Great.
I suppose the idea is sometimes it was important to inhabit it and you had to connect the narrative and you didn't want to point at it. So it was always, the challenge was to be disciplined, not to indicate anything and to only deal with what was before us, which was helped greatly by the fact that we were shooting in chronological order. So there was a kind of practicality and a kind of present-mindedness that really guided us.
With this film, it really hammers home how art is at its most valuable as a means of human expression. Can you speak a bit about how acting is so deeply linked to that concept as an actor and an artist yourself?
Okay, I'll try. I think for me, broadly speaking, this is a whole conversation that could take years, but the beautiful thing for art for me is it opens something, it opens our mind to a certain kind of mystery, because art, it's really hard to explain it in daily terms, okay? Daily life terms. So it encourages us to think and question in a new way. And hopefully acting does that same thing. When we make events or commit to doing things or make a story that make people reconsider their lives or question things or think in new ways, that's exciting. That's what keeps us alive. Curiosity, dealing with the unseen. These things, you can reach them various ways. You can reach them through nature, through religion, whatever, but also through art in general. It can elevate our lives.
So this movie has been a long time in the making, but now it's coming out sort of in a post-lockdown world. Can you speak to how we can all sort of relate to Nemo a little bit more now?
Just being trapped, not being able to go out, trying to figure out how your life has been disrupted and how are you going to proceed, and your future is uncertain. Of course, he has it a lot worse than us because when we were in the pandemic, it was a collective experience and we were all going through it. So there was a great comfort in that. Or not great, some comfort in that. Where Nemo's very different because it is true solitude. Not only has he had something, he's trying to do a crime and it goes bad. That's where it starts. But he's plucked from his life and put into a completely different situation. And the heat is turned up much more on him than it is on us. But I think, of course, as audiences watch this, they're going to think of their experience of the pandemic, and it'll also make them a little more empathetic to this guy, Nemo.
I would be remiss to ask if I didn't ask. You're teaming up again soon with Robert Eggers for Nosferatu. Is there anything you can tell us about what you're excited for in that role or when filming starts?
I just love working with Robert Eggers. I had a wonderful time. I saw The Witch and I liked it so much. I arranged a meeting with him. We liked each other. Then I did The Lighthouse, which was a fantastic experience and I think is a very good movie. Then I did a little part in The Northman, which I really enjoyed. And now I get to do this. So I'm just happy to be back with him. It's Nosferatu, his version of Nosferatu. This is why I have this mustache and that, because we're shooting now. I start in just a little bit. I'm just excited to be with him again. He's a great filmmaker, and I enjoy his company.
Is there anything from this experience that you would say is entirely unique and that stands out to you?
Just that, sometimes this director first time feature. It's risky. It's a particular kind of movie, and you roll the dice. And for me, this time, it came up snake eyes.
Thank you so much for taking the time to chat with me. This was great.